everybody. Welcome to Stories by Shelley. Ooh, look at this fun book you've chosen. The Squeaky, Creaky Bed. And it's written by Thomson and illustrated by Niki, Daly. Should we see what our wonderful creaky bed story is about? Let's do that. Once there was a little boy who went to stay at his grandparents' house. Have you gone to go stay at your granny and grandpa? Or what about your aunt and uncle? Always fun to go have a sleepover at your family's house, hey? He loved to play in the forest. He loved to paddle in the stream, and he loved his grandparents. But the house was old, the furniture was old, and he did not like the squeaky, creaky bed. He didn't like it at all. Every night, grandmother would say, "Good night." Grandfather would say, "Good night." And little boy climbed into bed. When the bed went squeak, 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 creak, the little boy would cry, "Wah! Wah!" "Don't cry," said grandmother. "It's only a squeaky, creaky bed." "I know what the boy needs," says grandfather. "A little cat to keep him company." So the next day he went out to find one. Just before bedtime, he brought home the little cat. There we go. Grandmother said, "Good night." Grandfather said, "Good night." And the little boy and the cat climbed into bed. Squeak, squeak, creak. And the bed went squeak, squeak, creak. And the little boy cried, "Wah! Wah!" And the cat cried, "Meow." "Don't cry, little boy. Don't cry, little cat," said grandmother. "It's only a squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs," said grandfather, "is a little dog to keep him company." Ah, that's what he needs. So the next day they went out to find one. And just before bedtime, they brought home a tiny little dog. Grandmother said, "Good night." Grandfather said, "Good night." And the little boy, the cat, and the dog climbed into bed. Do you think he's going to sleep now? Then the bed went squeak, squeak, squeak. The little boy cried, "Wah!" The cat went meow, and the dog barked, "Ruff, ruff, 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 ruff." "Don't cry, little boy. Don't cry, little cat. Don't cry, little dog," said the grandmother. "It's only a squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs is a little pig to keep him company," said grandfather. And the next day they went out to find one. And just before bedtime, he brought home a little pig. Grandmother said, "Good night." Grandfather said, "Good night." And the little boy, the cat, the dog, and the pig climbed into the bed. Do you think they're going to sleep now? Then the bed went squeak, squeak, creak. And the little boy went wah, and the cat went meow. The dog barked woof, 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 and the pig went quack, 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 quack. "Oh no, don't cry, little boy. Don't cry, little cat. Don't cry, little dog. Don't cry, little pig," said grandmother. "It's only a squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs is a parrot to keep him company," said grandfather. So the next day they went out to find one. And just before bedtime, they brought home a parrot. Look at the big, bright green parrot. Oh, do you think that's going to work? Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night. And the little boy, the cat, the dog, the pig, and the parrot all climbed into bed. The bed went squeak, squeak, squeak. The little boy went ruff. The cat went, the dog went ruff, ruff, ruff. The pig went quack, and the parrot squawked, that's bed's too old. Oh no, no one can sleep in that much noise. The grandmother was so astonished, she sat down on the bed and it broke. Oh, what that boy needs, said the grandfather, is a new bed. And the next day they went out to find one. And just before bedtime, they brought home a brand new bed. Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night. And the little boy, the cat, the dog, the pig, the parrot all climbed into the new bed. Oh, everything was quiet. The new bed did not make a sound. The little boy held his breath. And so did the cat, the dog, the pig, and the parrot. But the little boy cried, "Wah!" The cat cried, "Meow!" The dog went, "Woof, woof, woof!" The pig snorted, and the parrot shouted, "Squawk! I know what's wrong! I know what's wrong!" And the parrot flew to the end of the bed and perched there. And slowly he rocked to and fro, and quietly, very quietly, he squawked, "Squeak, squeak, creak, squeak, squeak, creak, squeak, squeak, creak, squeak, squeak, creak." All night long. Look at that. So everybody was then finally able to sleep with the creaking noise. Did you enjoy that story? I hope so. See you again next time. Bye-bye.